Let's start with a question. What if I told you that everything we've been taught about leadership, that whole idea of the visionary genius leading from the front, is wrong? And what if the most powerful thing a modern leader can actually do is follow? Well, today we're going to unpack exactly that. We'll see why the idea of the all-knowing hero leader is officially obsolete and how the future really belongs to those who master the art of followership. Wow, that's a pretty bold statement from Ronald Heifetz at Harvard, right? Bankrupt. But you know what? He's not wrong. For decades, we've been clinging to a model of leadership that is fundamentally broken. And this broken model, it comes with a real, measurable cost. A massive one, in fact. Get ready for this number. $8.9 trillion. With a T. That's the estimated cost of employee disengagement across the globe every single year. So, if the old way is broken, what actually works? It's this fascinating idea we're calling the leader-follower paradox. You see, the most successful leaders today, people like Satya Nadella at Microsoft or Mary Barra at GM, they figured out the secret. Their greatest strength isn't having all the answers, it's knowing when to follow the expertise that's already on their teams. So in this explainer, we're going to tear down that old myth and show you why leadership and followership are really just two sides of the same very powerful coin. Okay, so the science is solid, the data is compelling, but what does this look like out in the wild? Does this actually work in real companies? You bet it does. Let's look at some proof. Let's rewind to Microsoft in 2014. Before Satya Nadella took over as CEO, the company's culture was, well, famously toxic. It was intensely competitive, a classic know-it-all environment where you had to have all the answers. But then Nadella came in and did a complete 180. He flipped the script and championed what he called a learn-it-all culture. It was all about empathy, curiosity, and actually listening to the engineers and customers. It was a radical shift away from commanding and toward curiosity. And the result of that cultural shift? Well, Microsoft's market value absolutely exploded. It went from around $300 billion to over $3 trillion. That's not a typo. That's a tenfold increase, driven by a leader who chose to enable a learn-it-all culture instead of being a know-it-all hero. And hey, this is not just a tech story. It works everywhere. Netflix builds its whole culture on giving people context, not control. ING Bank saw customer satisfaction skyrocket after they reorganized into agile, empowered squads. And in healthcare, this kind of collaborative leadership has been linked to saving actual lives. The principle is universal. So we've seen the science and we've seen the proof. But here's the most crucial part. This isn't just for CEOs of trillion-dollar companies. This new model applies to every single one of us, on every team, at every level.